We have the absolute pleasure of joining Kraigg Brathwaite, the 37th West Indies Test captain, for a chat, a casual chat. First of all, welcome, Kraigg. We know of your exploit on the field of play. We want to get into your mind and to understand Kraigg Brathwaite properly. How would you describe and define your personality?
Cool and chill, to be honest. I don't think it really would get away from that. Pretty much the same, on the field and off, to be honest.
Now, in terms of your growing up in Barbados, it's well documented what you've achieved on the field of play, but who would you say are your greatest influences in terms of getting you involved in cricket and shaping you as a person?
Well, first I would say my dad. From a young age, watched him play cricket, and obviously he inspired me to want to play. And obviously he always encouraged me in terms of doing schoolwork, and because any day, cricket obviously is to a certain age. So for sure he was, one of the main, influential people. And my grandparents, they were always there for me. And to be honest, like my aunts and uncles, they support me a lot cricket-wise. They're all the games in Barbados, so that helped a lot. From primary school coming up, having that support, was pretty good.
You've taken on the role as captain for the West Indies in Test match cricket.
Yeah.
When you were offered that role, were you scared? What are your emotions like?
I won't say I was scared. I think I played, over 60, Test matches and a lot of first-class games, and went through a lot of different experiences, saw a lot of different stuff. So I think I was pretty much looking forward to it. I know it wouldn't be an easy role, but I just think the different experiences I went through, seeing situations of games, I learned a lot from them, and I think I'm in a very good, I won't say the perfect position, but I think I'm in a very good position, to do well, as a leader.
Well, you look quite relaxed. I mean, you've taken on the role as captain, you're in very good form as a batsman. Apart from the environment around cricket, what do you do for relaxation? How do you relax?
Well, I love horses, thoroughbred race horses. So pretty much when I'm home, I'll be at the garrison, watching them exercise on mornings. And then I have some mirrors, by my house that, just go there and relax. And pretty much, obviously friends, obviously would chill a lot with friends. But I love horses, so that would take my mind away.
Tell us, why horses? What got you into that love and admiration for horses?
Well, my father, again, because he used to go horse racing, so he used to take me. And I actually wanted to be a jockey, to be honest. I have a friend who used to, we used to ramble every Saturday, Kyle Carter. He's currently a jockey now. But then obviously cricket took over when I was like 10 years old, playing on Saturdays, so I couldn't go to races anymore. And then, cricket took over. But my father used to take me every Saturday, and just seeing a horse run and hearing the power and stuff is amazing. So it's pretty much from my father taking me is where I would have got, the love for the sport.
Right. So we're now getting into Kraigg Brathwaite. You mentioned earlier that a lot about captaincy has to do with off the field and things that you do off the field. Well, I heard from good sources that there was an instance in England that you bought a remote control mouse and you scared all your teammates.
Yeah.
Are you a bit of a prankster?
Well, yeah. Up to yesterday, I was in my room, so I had some pops when you throw it on my ground. So I was jumping a lot of guys. They didn't know who was throwing it. So yeah. I like a lot of foolishness. I have a mask here that I bought from England that I pretty much looked.
What type of mask it is? Tell me, is it Dracula or?
Yeah, it's something down that line. He has one eye though. But so we're gonna use that on some of the guys probably at night time sometime.
Right.
But yeah, I like a lot of foolishness, to be honest.
Oh God, there's a different side of Kraigg Brathwaite.
Yeah, for sure. No doubts.
So let's get a little bit into your preparation for international cricket. Morning of a test match, what's Kraigg Brathwaite actively doing?
Maybe when you get this close, you know, for me, it's not about like, you know, the work and the amount. For me, just to get my mind in the right place. So I do a lot of visualization. So like day before especially, and then like during the match, like every morning I will pretty much, you know, go on the pitch and visualize things that I would like to do, you know, as a plan, you know, for different bowlers. So, you know, when I go there and obviously visualize different stuff, pretty much want to take that into the game. Because, I mean, test cricket, especially opening, is just mental, you know, toughness, you know, feeling for long periods and back, facing new ball, you know. So
5 overs at the end of a day's play.
It's just mentally tough. So, yeah, just for me, just visualize, you know, different stuff I want to do, you know, in different situations and times of the game.
Final question. You eyeing up a long home series. You have South Africa before you, then Pakistan will come here for test matches. A pulse as to where the West Indies team is at for those challenges?
I think we're in a good place. I think preparation was good once again, you know, for this series. And, you know, for me, it's all about just like attitude. You know, test cricket, whether for bowler or batsman, you know, it's never easy. I think, you know, once you prepare well, you put yourself in a very good position, you know, to do well. And I think as a team, you know, we're taking it serious. Not that we weren't taking it serious before, but I think the guys prepared very well. You see some guys in the nets, you know, doing different stuff, which is good, you know. So I think once we continue to do things like that, you know, and preparing well and having the right attitude at practice, you know, not that in the game you will have your attitude, but I think it starts at practice, you know, and you take that into the game, you know, whether you imagine you're facing whoever you're going to come up against or a spinner or whatever it may be. And I think the guys doing a really good job with that, and it's just to continue that. You know, I think once we continue having the right attitude at practice, I think that will go into the game. You know, not saying, you know, you will win every session of a game and stuff, but I think that puts you in a very good position as a team, you know, to do well with a, you know, good mindset at practice.
Well, Kraigg, I mean, we've come to the end, and you know, thanks very much for sharing your time and for opening up and giving us a little more about Kraigg Brathwaite.
No problem, man.
West Indies 37 Test captain, the man himself, Kraigg Brathwaite.